Okay, now let's look at varying the employee contribution. Okay, so let's say simulation number. Okay. There are 11 of them. Okay. Contribution. So we start with 5% and we'll look at increasing it by 1%. Okay. All right. So this is the list of simulations we want to consider. So which means now we have to set this up as a risk sim table. Okay. Risk sim table, we want to consider these contributions. Okay. Now this time, I mean, of course, when the contribution is 5 or 6%, the employer match will be 5 or 6%. Or not 7% onwards, it'll be flat 7%, which already modeled in chapter 1. Okay, so now let's run the simulation, and we want to run 11 times, right? And we have fixed seed of 1 and multiple CPU simulations. We want to make sure that that's automatic. Okay, so click OK and then you simulate. Okay, we have finished simulations. So now when you have 5% contribution, you see that if you think that you would like the funds to last till 85 years, okay, so there is 20% chance that well, 80.9% chance that it'll run out before that. Okay, that's quite a lot, 5%. So let's look at simulation 11. Okay, so now when you contribute 15%, okay, so you're going to last 44.2% of the time you're going to run out. That's pretty high. Okay, so let's look at somewhere in between. So 6. So if you're contributing 10%, okay, so that chance is even higher. Okay. Now we can also look at tornado, and you see the rate of return. So we have one rate of return for each year. So we have quite a number of input fields. Now you see that the rate of return is at the top of the tornado chart. So close to the retirement age, the rate of return has a larger impact in variability of our output cell. Okay, more than this, I think if we can look at the average number of years the fund will last. So average fund years. Okay, so we can say risk mean, right, of that output cell. Okay, we want to make that absolute reference for the which simulation number is what we have to provide. So you get 77 is when it runs out if you contribute 5%, and it steadily increases. So when you're at 15%, the average is 88.6 years. So that's just the average. And as we saw in the uh, results, and you see that in simulation 1, okay, so that's where the average is. And for the last simulation, okay, so this is where the average is. Okay, so there is quite a lot of iterations where the fund runs out before that. Okay, so let's say that we have a target date, right? Let's move a little bit here. Target year, okay, let's say 85. Okay, you want the fund to last till 85. Okay, now fund lasts till target, right? So we have a function in risk for that, which is risk target. Okay, and we specify where to look, and that would be that. Okay, we'll absolute reference that. And then we have the target value that we want to look in this output. We have 10,000 of those for each simulation. Okay, and then the simulation number. Okay, so this tells us if you take the 10,000 outputs and arrange them in ascending order, so 88% of the values, or 80% of the values are less than 85. So this means the probability of fund running out. So that's the probability that fund will run out. So fund will be available then is 1 minus that. That the target year would be the fund running out year will be 85 and above, will be 1 minus that. So there is a 19% chance that the fund will last till the target year. Okay. Now if you copy that down here, then so you get a better picture. So here, even if you contribute 15%, your fund lasting till 85 years is only 56%. 40% of more than 40% of the time it will run out before 85. Of course, if you change it to a number less than 85, then the situation improves a little bit. Okay, so if you change it even further, then the probabilities look really good, but then you're saying that I want it to last only till 70, so you typically want it to be 85. So what if we can combine this with retirement year. What if we say, all right, I won't retire at 65, I'll retire at 70 or 70 or 72 or 73. What about that? So we can combine the retirement age with the employee contribution and again run more simulations to see how that will turn out. So we'll look at that next.